Many are Ghana for video me Montie ni ye papa. About Israel and Palestine for Ntoka no Mokono. Tie. Number 1, the Bible was invented, the Quran was invented. Number 2, the nation of Israel was invented. And ye ancient or mine, omu invente ye baby omuteno, bechero omu eye omu dia asase no. Netie. Ma weni na ho.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, truth telling template at work. Who owned the land of the recent Israel? The land of Israel. Who owned it? Is for who? You go to the Bible and they will tell you that the God of the Hebrew, Yahweh, used it as a collateral for the Jewish people. That Yahweh used that land as a collateral by this agreement that if the Hebrew, the Hebrew, Abraham is not an Israelite. Abraham is a Hebrew. So the promise was given to Abraham and his descendant that if they shall keep the covenant of he Yahweh, the God, he will also give them a land that belonged to 7 other nations. The land that belongs to other nations, 7 other nations, according to Deuteronomy chapter 7. If they obey his laws, he will take that land from the 7 other nations and give it to the Hebrews as a collateral. Coming downward in the book of Genesis, of course, they say when the wife of Abraham, Sarah, died, Abraham went to Machpelah and bought a graveyard. I know the Jewish today, the Jews, they be making argument that Abraham bought that land. It is a lie. Abraham didn't buy that land. Abraham, according to the Bible, bought only a graveyard, not a nation. He didn't buy a total land that can contain a nation, not to talk about the 7 nations that are living on that land. Abraham is not an Israelite. Isaac is not an Israelite. The first person to be called Israel is Jacob, according to Genesis chapter 32. And it is the descendant of Jacob who are the Israelites. So before the land of that land will be called the land of Israel, it has a different name. That is the land of the Canaanite, the Jebusite, the Perizzite, according to Deuteronomy chapter 7. There are 7 other nations that were living there. Now, the story about the Israelites being a slave in Egypt, and when they were going back, they crossed a Red Sea. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the detail about it. That land doesn't belong to those Israelites on the land today. No God anywhere can take the land that belongs to Canaan. And do you know who Canaan is? Canaan, when we say Canaan, according to the Bible, Genesis chapter 9, chapter 10, they say Noah has 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham has a son called Canaan. And they say when Noah became drunk, Ham went to see the nakedness of his father. He didn't cover it. And he went to call his brothers, that is Japheth and Shem. They came and covered their father. So when Noah became sober, he cursed his son called Ham, that his son Canaan shall be beggar. And it is that Canaan who occupied the land where the Israelites are living today, because that land is called the land of Canaan, the Canaanite land. So Noah in the name of God cursed Ham that his son Canaan will suffer. Canaan has a property. God is jealous of that property and took it and gave it to the Israelite. It cannot be true. Let's follow this story from Avram bin Moshe. Thank you very much.
Many are Ghana for video me montie ni ye papa. About Israel and Palestine for Ntokwa Mokono. Tie. Number 1, the Bible was invented, the Quran was invented. Number 2, the nation of Israel was invented. And ye ancient or mine, omu invented ye baby omuteno, bechira omu aye omu dia asase no. Na tie. Ma weni na ho. Na bibini mpe no kore. Yahu say Israel and Palestinian for Kuntokwa. Na Santokwa we it is justified in the Bible and in the Quran too. A more of religious and tokwa because the origin started free Bible and a BP or Quran mu New Testament in a womb and we another lesson for another day. Our moku asase no. Na mami mbisa asase no eye hwan mo dia. Asase no eye hwan emo dia eni hwade wa ha na eba why eni Israel stands at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa. Geographically, it belongs to the Asian continent and is part of the Middle East region. Nti, omodi akoma Asia. Bahwe map we na hwe ade ketewa bi wa ha. Me the map bi kyerɛw eni Egypt ene wa ase ho no. Tete no na ye frɛ no Upper Egypt. Oman na ye frɛ no Israel. Gaza Strip ne Sinai nyina wa Israel Jerusalem nyina wo no. Na ye frɛ no Upper Egypt. Nti se wutie na ati brew ne nwom na ɔtoe wɔgye hwon no. Eye Israel ɛko na ye dia. Eno mo pam ye free ho. 1948 ya no mo kɔ establish the nation of Israel. Me ba be kyerɛ o secret bi hwade. Ye frɛ ensuo bi Suez Canal. Eye man made. Enye nyankopɔn so. Eye saa nsuo no na sesi ano omudie divide Egypt from the omokase Israel and then akwaka Asia no. Egypt for krande omwadane abrofo no omonya Africa for enti wo hwe Africa map a soro go nyina adane abrofo nko a eba ne sen Queen Cleopatra and Ptolemy the 13th time Julius Caesar no eko ho a echiri Alexander the Great ba ye ne ma abrofo ne beka ho eno ye deep lesson na sa Suez Canal we ebreben na Suez Canal ne ba ma menkyere o map na hwe Suez Canal no na menkyere Bible story na ye see Israel for kwatena Egypt na omutwa epokoko bebia Israel for kwatwa ye ne menkyere ma wani na ho me say education na wonim na ye bomb. What education na wunim the history na wunim no bebre ye bombo hwade map ni Suez Canal no na da kodo e na ye kokko na da kodo monhwe ne ye Red Sea ye mfre nsuo be Red Sea ye fa ni Sea of Reeds ba de na nchen entihwe Egypt na wo ho no Suez Canal no na sisi abi divide no Asia na wo ho no asase na wo no o ka chem so de asase we koka Asia mo and Madagascar so ye dey be part of Africa ye dia ye asase na me ba be kire wade bi eni Suez Canal no na me de a kire wo no me pa cha me de me education na nkwa kire eja ante bointe kakra menim no na me kire enti pa cha Suez Canal no pa cha se mo hu okay ye den na be da ho ye nyina ye nkwa check ye eni. In 1858, Ferdinand de Lesseps formed the Suez Canal Company for the express purpose of building the canal. Or for me, company, for the express purpose of building the canal. Construction of the canal lasted from 1859 to 1869. The canal officially opened on November 17th, 1869. 1869, and Suez Canal no you open say edaho na yensu a eno and a bit divided Israel and Egypt abechem ama kwan abedem ama Sea of Reeds and the Red Sea no etumi akọbọ the Mediterranean Sea nim ne pa cho sebo Sabre so ne ya tro Bible ne ma Bible ne da ho dadaada Bible ne da ho dadaada wo. What was the purpose? The purpose was to make the Bible true. The purpose, and when we support you, may say, Torres site away Israel. Yes, yes, waha, Yamana Sendri Waha, Quanaquas Torres guide for the one, Bisakofiadoma, or Co Israel. Torres guide and a Corres one. A 1948 year, and your swab of Nukugu assassin, so we Israel for Afishadi. Oko Bible anymore. Israel for Chepo Cocono. Root any map in any from Mountain Sinai to from Egypt to Mountain Sinai, from Egypt, Aomoba Mountain Sinai, way of the wilderness, especially Israel for Conanti and any. And yet the Red Sea that hour. Baby, I'm crossing and yes, Canal. Any Shadi, meaning I'm winning the Hawaii. Me being winning brutal. Me see education in your bomb. You need self education. Any, and I'm the two of you know. Suez Canal and the Dago. Baby, Israel for crossing and the Dago. Inti ensuo ben na Israel for no cross with dada. Maybe so. Answer 17th November 1869 year and umkotwa sa ensuo no to ho say Israel for retwa pokoko. So baby tu. And no enema Arabs no ehunu se da bi enkrofo asase nyomo dia. Na ekwan bi a ye befa so ne ya je asase ne frisa nkrofo ne nsem no me say upomo mutirimu ye din wo wiase a omo ne fa mu jiwfo no ma dwan ne omo da enu nti ena Adolf H yes obi kun mu nyina fi wiase because omutirimu odin America asase no enya America fo dia America asase no the Red Indians Mexico fo ne omo na asase no yomo dia na Christopher Columbus no ko ya mo establish sa Israel asase de si wo me say nsem wo ho ensem e wo ho nti Arab fo ne kantam se kwan bi e befa so apam nkrofo efre be pam mo efre ho tina Jew for na so powerful wo wi ase menua map no na da wo no ancient map no enie Egypt Cairo anya asase na da top no ne fe na apaji Egypt che ye krono asase e Africa fo dia entokobu ebe ko ayeyan ene wose soro ne ko ne ye asase your research maybe in Casabium we a brief one enie sanhwe biom Suez Canal no da wo no enie any creative company purposely say unko creative canal nento said the Bible the no krenti and then ye ko Israel ye kire bibia ye ko Yesu me see Israel fo atwa pokoko bibia mo cross ye ni Israel fo atwa pokoko na nie ye fa na pa Egypt ye ya sase nya brofo dia any Israel for crossing no map ba ko nsunie your research what you agro na woody agro any Suez Canal no da wono e wono Israel for no from Egypt the map no da Bible nim kona kwa kan Bible no na hwebia mkofa ye nie enya Suez Canal no mutwa enya Suez Canal no mutwa ya na me yo bi a wasanka me support oman Israel but there be my dran ebran me woju for nche no na me ka sa Arab for no ye wrong e kire na me se san krofo inim entokwa ne de obi ani nje ho but asase no ye dia ja comment wase o bye bye me wie me na me call no cola bye bye transport